What's up, Skirts Up Squad? It is Samantha.
And Melissa.
Let's get dirty. We're skirting on in.
So we're going to talk about a few things today.
Why do I always forget my words?
I don't know, but I was trying to help, and then I was like, I'm not very helpful.
You saw my eyes? I was like deer in headlights.
I wish I was literally recording. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to wear it. I'm going to wear it in public. We are about normalizing things that are hard to talk about. What's up, Skirts Up Squad?
Did you just take my line?
It's Melissa.
And Samantha? This is weird. I love that.
Skirts up, but keep your panties on.
Welcome back. It's Samantha.
And Melissa.
And we're singing today, and I don't know why.
Because Sam is so hot.
I'm so hot. And that will make sense if you are, paying for the subscription to see the behind the scenes and the long, full conversations that we had before and after, and the full conversation with our guests. We had a full conversation of making fun of myself,
Paris Hilton.
everyone. Dumb blonde.
Wait a minute. I thought we were talking about Paris.
Yeah, that was funny. So we singing. Yeah, so Melissa, do you got anything that you want to talk about?
I do.
Oh my God, Melissa! It's so appropriate that we were saying that's so hot because we're talking about candles today. I'm telling you, we can't make this shit up. It just happens.
You're killing me. Okay. Yes, that clearly just, meant to be. It was written in the stars.
It was.
But tell me, what was your fail going to be? Because you got us all we waited for so long, and then you got so excited, and then you changed the subject.
And then it just flew right on out of my head.
You did not forget your fail already.
Dude,
that's hilarious.
Okay, I got it. All right.
What do we got?
All right, buckle up. Okay. So Simon and I go on a vacation together. At least once a year, we'll go on a week-long trip. And this year it was supposed to be Roatan, which was the first out-of-country experience for either of us, and we did it together. When we first started dating, we were only dating for maybe a month when we went to...
You don't mean this year as in 2025. You meant the year you're talking about.
What did I say?
You said this year we decided to go to Roatan, but you meant this one year, right?
No. Okay, so when we first started dating, Roatan is the country that we went to for the first time, a month after dating. And so we had decided that this year, our week-long trip was going to be to Roatan because we were let's go back to where we fell in love. And, and we had this great trip. And then, so we booked it. And then we kept thinking, we're like, well, we've seen so many places now. What if we go back to Roatan and it was this rose-colored glasses that we had on, and it's really a shithole, but because we were falling in love, it was this magical place. And so then we were like, well, let's not go to Roatan because we don't want to ruin. Yeah, we don't want to ruin that memory. So, so we were I go, well, let's go somewhere we've never been to before. And so we're looking at different places, different countries, and I go, let's go to Dominican Republic. I've always wanted to go there. And so he goes, okay. And he doesn't say anything. And he books it. And so we book where we're going and our flights and everything. And then a few weeks later, I was like, we've been to Dominican Republic. What the
I was wondering.
I totally forgot that our cruise, one of our stops was Dominican Republic. But in all fairness, we didn't explore Dominican.
Yeah, a stop on a cruise, though, isn't that big, right?
Yeah, and usually, when we go on these week-long trips, we're exploring that country. We'll start on one end and end up on the other end and, just, go into the culture and, experience, just real life on the island. So, yeah. So I forgot that we had been there before. I picked Dominican Republic. And then I start talking to Simon's family that lives, his dad and his sister. His dad lives in Maine and his sister lives in Utah. And we haven't really gotten his side of the family all together before. And so we were like, well, we need to have a family get together. We'll come out to y'all. I've never been to Utah, Colorado area. And so we're planning that. And I don't think I had mine and Simon's trip in my phone yet. And we booked and scheduled our trip with his family. And now we'll come home from Dominican Republic, be home for one day, like maybe 24 hours, maybe. And then we take the kids and go to
Utah. Whoa. You're flying to Utah or driving?
Oh, Simon wanted to drive and I said, fuck no, like absolutely not. So we're like,
yeah.
How Nora will do on a plane, I'm not sure. So we'll see.
Interesting.
But yeah, so that's like a double fail.
Have...
I forgot that we had been to Dominican Republic and then didn't put it in my phone. Like I put everything in my phone and then double booked us.
It happens.
It happens.
You're gonna have to just drink a lot of coffee.
A lot of coffee, double up on anxiety meds, which is probably a double whammy, huh?
You're gonna be. You don't drink coffee
and double up on
anxiety. Yeah, because you're trying to take yourself back down,
right?
Anxiety, and then the coffee
so funny,
counteracting that.
So funny. So
it's hilarious.
Yeah. Was
playing with drugs? Hilarious.
I didn't do it. I was just saying, guys. I was just saying. I was just kidding. Do as I say, not as I do.
No, it was worth it. It was good fail. It was
a fail. Yeah, it just came out my ass. Like I totally forgot I didn't know where I was going with it until I just was speaking, and then I spoke beautiful. So, yay me!
Oh, my fail is just silly. We had poker night.
Ooh, who?
Me, Michelle, our friend Hurt, and a friend from our other friend and her husband who I'd never met. Well, and Michelle's husband. So there was 6 of us, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And my fail is that I had been practicing for a long time because we used to have poker nights sometimes with Alan and Michelle, and we hadn't had one in a while. And so I'd been like practicing on the apps, trying to get good because I wasn't good. Like I'd never really played before them except for maybe once.
Yeah.
And that was with my friend Daryl, actually, which I mentioned in the last podcast. But basically, they just had a lot of fun with me because I have no poker face. And Hurt would always be like, oh, so what would he'd be like, you don't, he could, I don't know, because I have no poker face. He was funny. That's the fail. The fail is now that I can't remember what he said. No, but basically I went in there. This is the fail. I went in there and I actually did really, really, really good for a minute. And I had the most money and I was winning for a few hands. And then I got cocky and I went like, I doubled down and I was like, no, and Michelle kept like betting more. And I should know.
Were you playing with real money?
Yeah, just $10.
Yeah.
No, we're playing, like we put $10 in the pot and then we're playing with chips.
Oh.
Yeah. And so Michelle just kept putting more in and I should have known, like Michelle is calculated. She's not going to just bluff and pretend she has something when she doesn't.
But you can't read her face anyways.
Yeah, Michelle's really good.
Yeah, I mean, just in general. Like, I can't tell when she's being serious or joking. And so I'm always
like,
you can't. Oh, no. I don't know. Did I just offend her? No.
That's hilarious.
So I can see that she's probably real good at it.
She's tight. She's like, I'm going in. She's not smiling.
Up one down.
I'm like laughing and I'm like, it's on my hand. Oh, yeah, that's right. It is a good hand. I'm like,
notes on your hand.
I kept having to look at my cards again.
Oh yeah, imaginary cards. Duh.
Yeah, imaginary cards in my hand. Anyway, but yeah, Michelle. So I kept meeting her bet. I kept calling it and raising it, or she kept raising it, and I kept calling it, and I put all my money in, and I went out before anybody.
Oh, burn!
I died. So that was my fail. Just like going in and getting cocky because I was winning.
I don't don't know why I'm making so many sounds today.
Sounds are fun. I like them.
No one likes the silent ones.
Is that true?
I don't know.
I think they're more mysterious and lots of people like them.
I don't know. I'm
not a
clearly
silent
lost my
one.
mind today.
That's hilarious. No one likes the silent ones. Is that a thing someone says, or you just were saying it?
I think that's just something that came out of my mouth.
Okay. Gotcha.
I don't think that there's anything to it. But
okay. Who are we introducing today? We already know we're talking about hot topic stuff.
Hot topics, because that's so hot. Well, real quick, I just want to remind you guys again, we have our charity fundraising event that is still going on. We are preparing for our concert with Clejon in benefit of Canine Assistance. If you've missed about them, our first episode of this season is with the founder, Jennifer, where we talk, deep into Canine Assistant beyond what you can learn on their website. And so ticket sales are live now. You can find them on our website at theskirtsupshow.com, or you can find them on Clejon's website under his touring events, because we have made it to his page, and get your tickets. Like, they're selling really fast, and we're excited. The ticket sale money goes to Canine Assistant. So help us, help a great cause and enjoy some good music, good food, good beer.
And pair some good kids or good families with dogs that can help them.
Yeah, help them have a better life.
Yeah.
Yeah, so coming in hot is Victoria, who is the creator. You like how I did that?
I did.
Okay. Oh, I just ruined it.
You did! You were on a streak, and then you're like, let's stop and see how I did.
I'm so hot. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Okay, so joining us today, we had Victoria. She's the creator of Candles by Victoria. And I'm gonna be honest, I had not heard of her and her product probably until a few months before she announced that she was closing shop. And I think someone invited me to her candle page, and so I accepted and was looking at it. And when she decided to close shop, I don't know that I've ever seen so many people so distraught and upset about someone closing shop. And it's a candle shop. And I was like, this is really bizarre. So then I start looking into it, and people are literally sad, sad. And so, she's had a YouTube channel where these people have followed her for how many years? It was 15 plus
I can't
years.
remember. I don't want to say because I don't remember, but it was a lot. It was a long time. You could say. But yeah.
I don't remember. I think we say it in the recording. So these people have been following her in her journey.
Her daughter grew up in the candle business with her.
Yeah.
So it was a long time.
And so she just formed this strong bond with so many people. I mean, thousands and thousands of people. And so something told me hey, let's reach out to her. Cause she was doing videos and posting them on the website about closing down and making that decision. And she was always getting so emotional in these videos. And I was like, man, there's something to this. She's closing down. All these people are sad and upset, for and with her. And she's upset. And I was like, there's something here. And so I reached out to her, had a conversation with her. And I mean, by the conversation, talking with her, I'm crying because I'm like, God, you're such a beautiful person. And you've done something amazing. And I was like, Melissa's going to really connect with this, and Melissa's going to love you. And so we met her, and I think you enjoyed it too.
Oh, absolutely. And I almost wonder, and so for me, there was a big part of the connection was being able to build something, and it kind of becomes your life in a way.
Yeah.
Because you're putting so much of yourself into it. Starting a small business is hard.
Yeah.
But I wonder too, if something that drew you to her was because she did build a beautiful community, and it was clearly not just about candles. It wasn't just about money. It wasn't just about, but it was about friendship and love, because I think that's what we're trying to do. And I feel like you're wow, this is a thing. This is a thing. People can really come together and love each other and support each other. People who never knew each other.
Yes.
over something as silly as a candle or just a story on a podcast.
And I don't know what it is about the podcast, but honestly, like that's something that's shocked me through this break in between season 3 and season 4, as I was like, man, I really try really hard and focus really hard often about, oh, let's bring like the people from this part of the community and this part of the community together, because together they'd be able to do so much more. And like I'm constantly trying to find ways to benefit like just different types of people in the community. And I was like, this is really strange. And then I just realized like I just have started to really enjoy and love bringing all the different people together, because they all bring something different. And it's really cool to come together and you start bonding with people that you wouldn't have bonded with, you know, otherwise, and just creating something more beautiful and strong. And I love that.
Yeah. Because you're bringing somebody in who has a total different opinion, a different view on life. And it's like they can look at you and talk to you and be like, hey, well, have you looked at it this way? And it's just amazing how much support we can give to each other without even really realizing we might feel like we don't have much to offer. We all have something to offer.
Yeah. And that's what we've done with our guest over Skirts Up too. It's like we're talking to people that maybe we wouldn't have connected with without, you know, the podcast as a reason. And 2, learning and being brought to the table of conversations and ideas and things that we wouldn't have gotten, at least I wouldn't have gotten to dive into and learn about had it not been for the podcast. And I love so many of these people like that I still communicate with and talk with. So
yeah, that's what I mean. So
yeah, I'm really excited for you guys to meet Victoria. She's such a sweet soul. And those of you who have been following along with her through her journey, I hope that you enjoy this. And those who have yet to meet her, you're going to love her.
Yeah, she's pretty impressive.
Yeah, so here's Victoria. Today we have with us Victoria. Victoria is the creator of Candles by Victoria that you may have heard. It is still this big candle sensation, these very elaborate, beautiful candles that has had social media just in love with for what? Like the last, how many
26 years?
26 years. Yeah. It is amazing. So Victoria, hello. And what is your secret?
I have many.
She could not wait to say that.
Many.
Yeah, that's why I was like, all right, let me start. Okay, ignore me. Okay.
What's Victoria's secret? She has many. Okay, speaking of elaborate candles, sorry, Victoria, I have to tell you, I was just expecting to go on your webpage and look and see candles, like yummy smelling candles. And I'm like, okay, I'll see what I might like. No, they are elaborate. So they look like there's whipped cream on top of them. They do. They look like
Works of art. Yes.
Yeah.
That's the best way.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because when I very first started, I just started pouring regular candles.
Yeah.
And I remember the first fancy candle I did was like a sundae, was in a sundae jar, and it was like a sundae candle. And nobody was doing that then. Like nobody was doing that then. Really, even bakery scents weren't that popular then. Pretty and floral and all that. Yeah. But, you know, I was whipping out chocolate chip cookie and people were like, what? You got a chocolate chip cookie candle? You know, and then it just exploded from there. Because when I sold Candles by Victoria, we had over 1,100 fragrances. So, yeah.
Oh, I saw there was at least 165 candles on like
there's
candles.
Yeah, so many. Because I have a passion for creating. And so we were just always creating new. I would always get an idea, you know, and then I would tell my youngest daughter worked with me full time. Literally, she was 6 years old when I started the business.
Okay.
And she was doing something with that business from the time she was 6 years old. And so she grew up in it. And when she graduated from high school, she started working full time. She was working when she was in high school, coming home from school and going to work, you know. But I would tell her something and show her once, and she would whip that thing out.
Really?
I'll tell you what, Chelsea, nobody will make a candle like my youngest daughter.
Interesting.
Yeah, she's so good at what she was so good at what she did.
So is the whole candle meltable? Like the whole thing is
Oh,
made of
yeah.
wax?
Yeah, all of it.
Oh. How do you do you use like cake decorating tools?
Oh, that's
No,
a good
we would
question.
whip everything by hand. All the embeds, the wax embeds and stuff on top of the candles were all made with molds.
Mm.
So yeah,
That
we'd
makes
pour
sense.
the little wax embeds and then yeah.
Yeah. Melissa, one of the things that I thought that you would love to hear about is, you know how recently you've been talking a lot about business and creating your own business and how it's, you know, 3 to survive, 5 to thrive, and how you just got to kind of push through it. Victoria, when she started this business, it was kind of one of those situations where it had to succeed. So you didn't really have a backup plan for yourself. Am I remembering that correctly, Victoria?
Yeah, well, when I started it, we were a young married couple, you know. My husband was working, he was doing concrete. I always did something, you know. I cleaned houses with my best friend for a while. We called ourselves married maids.
My mom worked for Married Maids.
Yeah, right.
Mary maids. That's
Yeah.
married.
Yeah, we were married maids, but we did that for a while. So and when I've always done something. I did fingernails. I had my manicuring license. I got that back when I was like 18, 19 years old. And I did that for a while, ended up doing that at home for a while. So I've always had an entrepreneurial spirit to me.
Yeah.
And when I started Candles by Victoria, it kind of started by accident because I loved candles and we were too broke to be able to afford the ones that I really liked, like the home interiors. And what was that other? I can't think. It was another one where they sold, it was like a party light candle. Yeah. So those were like the 2 popular ones that were out back then. And I couldn't afford those. And when I couldn't smell them. And it would make me so mad that we would spend money on candles and I couldn't smell them. So then I just I was online. I had gotten a computer at a garage sale. I was online. I wound up on a candle message board. I bought some wax, bought some scent, and I just was fascinated by the whole process. And I thought to myself, I can do this better. I know I can.
Yeah.
And it's all because I am so delusional. I am delusional to the point where I think I'm great at everything.
I love that.
And if I'm not great at it, I know I can work at it and be great at it. But like what you were saying, Samantha, we didn't have any extra money. There was no extra money. And the little bit that I had, I took out a prepaid credit card because I didn't have any credit cards. I still don't to this day, by the way. I started that business on a $300 prepaid credit card. And I bought the little bit of supplies. I made some things. And then I just, every extra penny that we had, which wasn't much, I would put into buying supplies and making stuff. And I remember, I put up a website. I'd had it up for maybe 6 months. I didn't have any orders. It's very hard.
A website back when did you start it? In
1999.
99. Okay.
And I built the website by myself. Okay. That was a thing that I kind of learned.
And that was probably way more complicated than it was now.
I've lived a lot of lives, lady.
Yeah.
I built the website.
That was the beginning of the internet. I didn't know anyone who had a website or could do a website in 99.
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. I built the first little website. You could go back on Turn Back Time Machine. Website. You go on there and type in Candles by Victoria and it'll take you all the way back to 2000, I think.
Really?
And it'll show you that original website.
Very cool.
But yeah, so I went to my husband one day when I was spending all this money and I was not selling anything, and I was like, I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm taking money from our family and I'm putting it into something that I'm hoping is going to, do something, but I don't know. And he looked at me and he said, "You are good at this. You're going to be great at this. Don't give up." And that was all I needed was him to tell me not to give up. He's always been my biggest cheerleader.
Oh,
wow. Always. And so I did that. And I was a one-woman show for years, The kids were helping when they, but they were still little, And I was making candles in our kitchen, and they'd come in from school and everything would taste like scent because there was fragrance all over the kitchen.
Yeah.
And then one day my husband said, I'm going to build you a little shop out in the backyard. And at the time we were just renting a house. We didn't even own it. And so he built me this little shop, and it was exactly what I needed. I put everything out there. I could go out there and work and create. And it was, oh my gosh, it was probably about as big as this living room. You know, it wasn't huge, but it had everything I needed, and it was all in one place. And it gave me the ability to really be creative. Yeah. And I went out there and I would just start making candles. And then then I got my first order on the website, and then it was like a snowball effect.
Right.
Yeah. So how long you said, how long did it take before it snowballed into, oh, okay, I got something?
Well, I was out in that little shop for a while. I remember the first Christmas I was out in that little shop. The shop didn't have, I had a little space heater out there. I had my hat on, my gloves on, my fingers cut out.
Where were you located?
We were at that time we were in Fate, Texas.
Okay.
So just outside of Rockwell, but a little tiny town out there. And I'd be out there before the sun came up. My neighbors over there could tell you. Some of them still talk about it. We'd drive by and it'd be smelling so good, your little light be on out there.
Oh, that is awesome.
I'd just be making candles. But that first Christmas, I had 40 orders, and I was like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? I'm by myself and get these. And I was scared I wasn't going to give them to the customers in time for Christmas and all that. But I did it.
That's amazing.
I did it. But anyway, so as it grew, it just kind of started growing, but it was picking up really good momentum. I think probably around 2008, 2009, I was working out of that little shop. In 2010, I decided, my mom lived up here in East Texas, and she's like, come up here and open a shop. And at that time I thought I wanted a storefront. So I came to East Texas. I got a building. We remodeled the whole inside of that building. We made it a little storefront and a candle workshop.
Oh, cute.
And that was also about the same time, right after that. Well, Google was really getting popular.
Okay.
And I was ranking really high in Google.
Nice.
And so I was getting a lot of customers that way. This was before I really got big into social media. It was all about Google and people finding you that way. And you would exchange links with other websites. Like they would put their link on their website, and you would put, your link on their web. And so you were doing that, and that was getting me ranked up high on Google. I never paid a dime, and I was like ranking first page.
Neat.
Yes, this was way back. And then I opened the first storefront up here, and I thought, I'm going to open the storefront and people are just going to flood in and buy my candles. And that really didn't happen. Right. We were on kind of a busy road, and people were flying past and nobody was really stopping in. So we were still had the online. We were still doing that. But I thought that the storefront was important to me. And it turned out it really wasn't. My online was always my bread and butter. And so I went back to really focusing on that. I moved again into the building I'm in now, and half of it we lived out of. And at that point, that was about early 2010. And I almost lost the business at that point. I had focused so hard on the storefront that I lost focus on the internet stuff, which is what it made me the money to open the first storefront.
Okay.
So it's kind of like losing focus on, like, it's working, so why change what's working?
Yeah, and I put so much money into that first place. So I found this place over here. The rent was really cheap. I could live in half of it and work on the other half. And I needed to come over here and refocus everything and get back to what I was doing before. And so my daughter and I moved in here. And this place was a dump. It was a complete dump. But it didn't even have a bathroom. She's like, where am I going to wash my hair?
Wow.
And
it's a house.
I was like, we're going to make this work. We're going to put a little bathroom in. We're going to make this work. So
like, this was where you lived?
Yeah, we lived in the half of this building, and we we made the other half we turned into the shop where we made the candles at. And then I had to start putting my thinking cap on. I was like, I've got to breathe life back into this business or else I'm fixing to lose it. And I was on YouTube and I was watching a lot of the makeup guru girls back then, Tiffany D and Elle, and I'm talking 2010 YouTube.
Okay.
And I was watching them and they would show their makeup and all that stuff. And I thought, if I could get them to show my candles, this could be a game changer for us. So I started a YouTube channel and I was showing the candles, but I didn't really have very many people. These women had, these girls had thousands of subscribers on their channels.
Yeah, because it's before everyone had one.
Yes. Nobody was doing this back then. So I reached out to a couple of them and they said, sure, send us some candles. We'll show them. And then it exploded.
It's amazing.
That YouTube took my business from here to the stratosphere. It really did. And those were the early days of YouTube. And 2010, 2011, 2012, we were just doing gangbusters. We were super popular on there. Everybody was talking about us. Miley Cyrus reached out to us. We sent candles to her while she was on tour. Wow. I mean, it was just crazy. It was crazy. That was
when you were sending them to the YouTubers and they were showing off your candles. Were they as elaborate at this point as they are now?
I was wondering that.
Not in the beginning. Not in the beginning. We were really starting to get into more of the bakery stuff. But yeah, toward there at the end, the last couple of years, probably they were. I mean, I remember sending every month.
So it was newer that they got like fancier.
Yeah. And like Say Anything Brooke, I would send her stuff monthly and she would show the new stuff or the new scents. We had Name That Scent contest. Our channel I have over 800 videos on our channels to this day.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I would, we were really into the YouTube thing. Like I said, we got our customers involved. We had contests. We had one time, there is such a cute video. It's still up on YouTube where people wrote songs and performed them on their YouTube channels. And then we picked a winner and the one girl, she wrote the cutest song to Campbell's by Victoria. It's still up on there. And I should have got that so you guys could see it. But if you get a chance,
cute. I'll look
it up.
Yeah.
Because it's just pretty.
That is so fun.
Yeah.
All to like get like a free candle.
Yeah, to be a reviewer for a year, to be a scent reviewer for a year. And I'd send fragrances to them and they'd review them. So yeah, YouTube, that really took off.
Yeah.
And then probably like 5 years ago, I worked with Kendall Ray and she was raising money for, what was the name of that? Oh my gosh, I can't believe I can't remember it.
Like ALS?
No, it was for children to protect kids online.
Oh.
Yeah. So and Kendall Ray, she's huge, so we worked with her and we probably raised, I don't know, $20,000-$30,000 for that foundation. Yeah. So, but we've done a lot of things in 26 years, a whole lot of things. Yeah. And then so I moved one day. We were in here working. Like I said, we were living in half of this building and working in the other half. And we were in here and we were starting to outgrow this because at that time, my oldest daughter decided to come to work here and she was making soaps and bath bombs and all that. So all of us were squeezed in there in a kind of a small space. And we were in here working one day and a guy came in and he said, I've got this building for sale over on Kansas Street. Do you want to come look at it? And I wasn't looking to buy a building that day, but I was like, yeah, I'll come look at it. So we went over there. I went over and looked at it. It was 1,500 square foot metal building on a concrete slab. And he was behind on it. And I got it for a steal. I ended up buying it from him and I got it for a steal. And we moved our whole operation over there. my husband built us tables, and then he came to work for us full time.
Oh, wow.
So it was a whole family. We were all working there.
That's
and
amazing.
That's
You
where
started something where the whole family just kind of dropped
yes.
and was able to come help build. Wow.
Yeah, my daughter Chelsea, the youngest one that works, full time there, she ended up getting married. That her husband worked there. So yeah, it's always been a big family business. We've had employees too. I think we counted the other day. We've had like 15 different employees over 26 years.
That's like nothing over 26 years.
No, and every one of them we're still friends with to this day. None of them left
Aw.
because they wanted to. They all left. Virginia left because she had health problems. Cassandra left because I can't even remember why she left, but we're all still
Yeah.
friends with everybody.
Yeah.
It just became like a little community. I mean, you did build a community of people who literally just build a connection and a relationship just because they love your candles and your family, from using your YouTube channel to be so authentic and, transparent.
Right. And that really is what brought us closer to our customers too, because we showed them our lives every day pretty much on YouTube.
Mhm.
And they went through everything with us. They went through, my grandson being born and my daughter getting married, and every big life event we had, our customers went through that with us. And they weren't just customers,
Right.
that's why when I decided to sell it, it was so important to me that I found the right people, and I did. That whole thing, this business from beginning to end has been a God thing.
Yeah.
Because I never thought in a million years, oh God, I didn't want to get so sappy. Yesterday was hard for me, so I'm just going to say, I'm struggling trying to figure out who I am.
Yeah.
Fair.
That now that I'm not Candles by Victoria anymore, I'm just trying to figure that out. I've been there for 26 years.
What did you decide to sell?
Well,
Thank you for sharing this with us.
And yes,
yeah, you're
thank
welcome.
you.
I don't think any of us ever thought this was going to happen.
Right.
That we were going to sell. But my daughter, my Chelsea, my youngest, Chelsea and Melissa's 40. Chelsea just turned 33. And Chelsea worked with me every single day.
Okay.
And
Since she was 6.
Yeah.
said she was 6, when I started it. And
Wow.
she was my right hand. She was everything. I could and wouldn't want to do this without her. And she had got married, and then she went through a divorce, and she met a new guy, and he was wonderful. He's absolutely wonderful. And Chelsea, I think she loved Candles by Victoria, but it wasn't her dream. I built the dream, and she just went along with it, And as good as she was at it, she had other things that she wants to do. And her and Chris, her fiance now, because she's engaged, they wanted to travel. And he is a retired vet. He was actually hurt while serving our country, and he was hurt pretty bad. And so he is, retired from the military, and he gets they take care of him because he was hurt so bad. And so they're able to just go live this dream. And she came to me, and it was the hardest thing she ever did was tell me what she wanted to do. And as her mom, I want her to go live her best life.
Of course.
And see all the things and do all the things. And she sacrificed so much for so many years. And I don't want to do this without her. So it just came to I came to the decision that I was going to sell it, because I can't, and I don't want to do it without her.
Yeah.
And I'm 60 years old. I'll be 61 in November, and I don't have it in me to do it all by myself again. There's just no way.
Yeah.
And so we just decided that we were going to close. And at the time all these decisions happened in we had been talking about it for a little bit, but I didn't really ever think it was going to happen. The actual final decision when we all decided to make that, and we've all made that together as a family, well, it happened pretty quickly,
Okay.
you know?
So
And,
did you kind of like see it coming? Were you kind of expecting her to step away, or was it just a complete
no,
shock?
I don't think I was until she got divorced. And even then I thought, well, it'd be at least, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I really thought she was ever gonna, because it was 100% going to be hers.
You never saw a life without Candles by Victoria. Is that kind of like what we're hearing?
I never, I didn't. I
Did
didn't.
she-
I don't
and
think
so you
she
talked-
did either.
You
She
talked about
didn't
it being
either until all
hers?
this life just happened. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Like life just happens and it takes you in another direction where you didn't even plan on it going that way.
It's so true. And you have to pivot. You just have to.
Yeah. And then when we decided to close down, we knew that if we told the customers that we were closing, they love us so much. They would have
Yeah.
we'd probably be in business pouring candles 2 more years just filling the orders.
Yeah.
So we knew we couldn't do that.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I saw the responses when you
Yeah.
when you did.
Yeah. And when we closed, I wasn't exactly sure what I was going to do. Like if I was going to sell or if I was just going to piece things out, or if I was going to sell the business, or I also had the building, you know, I had I didn't know, because it happened fairly quickly.
Right.
I wasn't sure what I was going to do, how I was going to do it,
You'd never
what I
thought
felt
of it
comfortable.
going
Yeah.
away.
Yeah, what I felt comfortable with as far as all that went. So
Okay.
we did the goodbye video. We told everybody we were closing down, and then I sat with it for a little bit, and probably about 2 weeks or so, and then I decided I'm going to sell it. I'm going to sell the business. I'm going to put it up, and I'm going to sell it myself. So I literally just wrote up an ad and posted it on Facebook and to, you know, my local Facebook groups around here. And the amount of response I got was unbelievable. I never
Really?
expected the response I got.
Of so many people wanting to buy it.
Yes.
Do you think
Yeah.
though that is because they saw just kind of money signs, like something successful, and they just want like their hands
I think
in?
some of them were that, and those were the ones that I weeded out really quickly. Like if they immediately came to me about, because this business did generate a lot of money.
Right.
And just since in the 8 years that I had that second website, because I built the first one, you know, we generated over $4 million in sales.
Wow.
So that was a selling point of the business, but I didn't want that to be all of it, because what I did with that business and the amount of money I made doesn't mean that's what you're going to make.
Right.
So I wanted whoever bought it to be passionate about it, because if there's nothing else I was passionate about this, and I still am.
Yeah.
I want these girls, the girls that I sold it to, I want them to just do so many great things with it. I can't wait to see what they do with it. But
How did you choose then? How did you choose?
well, I knew that when the right ones came, I was going to know it.
Okay.
And I set up appointments like that whole week, and I had like 3 and 4 people come in every day. And I met them over at the shop, and I met some really nice people, and a couple of them I didn't even meet. I was like, I told one guy on Facebook, in Messenger, that this business isn't for you.
Okay.
This one isn't for you. So then Nikki and Rikki came. They were the last ones I was going to see on this one particular day. I'd already
And
talked
Melissa,
to
these
her.
are sisters. That
Yeah, Nikki and Rikki are sisters.
Okay.
So we met over at the shop. They came in and we just started talking, and it was like immediately. It was kind of like when I met my best friend. I knew she was going to be my best friend. And 5 minutes after I met her, you know, and when I met them, they were super excited. I was excited, but I was still being pretty reserved about it.
Yeah.
And I said, y'all go home and talk to your families, because this is a huge decision. Let me think more about it. But in my heart, I knew they were right. I just wasn't willing to sell them that yet,
Yeah.
you know?
You have to let go.
And so I came home.
Baby steps.
Yeah. I came home and Matt and Chelsea and Melissa. Chelsea was, because she got her a little job at Starbucks. That's a whole nother thing. People are like, well, why would she go to work at Starbucks? Why would you close the business? She go to work at Starbucks. Well, we did that because while she's out on the road, we wanted her to have something that maybe she could do. And coffee shops are everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So she went to work at Starbucks for 6 weeks.
And that's still crafty.
Yeah, she did so good there. They wanted to make her a shift lead. She was there like 2 weeks and they asked her if she wanted to be a shift lead.
I mean, it makes sense. She basically helped build and run a business.
Right.
She did. And she's so creative and she can make a coffee like she made a candle, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
But so I came home and I told them, I said, I think I found the new owners. But while we were talking, let me just say this. I had decided to sell the business, but I was pretty adamant that I wasn't going to sell the name with the business.
Okay.
Like it was I'm going to sell you the business. I'm going to sell you everything I have with it. I'm going to give you all my trade secrets. I'm going to tell you everything, but I'm not going to give you Candles by Victoria, the name.
Would you have sold the customer lists?
I sold, yes. I sold the
Everything, just
website.
not the
I
name.
sold
Okay.
everything. I sold the Facebook pages. I sold everything.
Okay.
And I said, but I'm not going to sell the name. And they were like, they're like little hearts, their faces just dropped and they're like, oh, we really wanted the name, we wanted to carry on your legacy. And the way the conversation went, I was so taken back by how
pure the intentions, maybe?
Yes.
That's what I've heard just now. Yeah.
Yeah. How pure they were and how they really wanted to.
They saw you.
Yeah. And so it took me, I was like, okay, I don't know how I feel about this, but I think I'm okay with this. Like I literally told them that at that first meeting. I think I might be okay. I wasn't going to. I was pretty adamant about not selling the name with it, but I think I'm okay with it. I think I'm all right with this. And so anyway, they went home and they talked to their families and I came home and told mine, I think I found my buyers and I think I found the new owners. These girls, I just felt so connected to them. They reminded me so much of myself because both of them are about the age I was when I started this.
Okay.
And Nikki is for sure. She's the oldest. And Rikki reminds me so much of Chelsea. And they're just going to bring such a freshness and newness to this that I'm so excited to see. And then I got to meet their sister-in-law to be Brooke. So there's 3 of them. It's their brother's fiance. And the 3 of them are going to do this. And so I sold them the building. I sold them the business. I sold them everything. And they decided that they wanted to move. They live on like a family compound.
Okay.
So they've got a building basically the same size as what they bought from me. And they decided to move the whole production onto their property into that building.
Yeah.
So they've got this building, they're going to sell it or whatever they're going to do with it. But yeah, they're great. They're really, really, really great. And I really see them doing things. When you do something for 26 years, even though you love it and you're passionate about it, you start to run out of ideas. Like you feel like, like the freshness seems to leave. These girls have all that.
Okay.
And so
are you saying that you kind of got to the point like where you felt like you didn't have much new things to offer? Like you were maybe getting like a little unfulfilled with doing the same thing over and over again?
I was as hard as that is to admit.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was just getting a little tired,
Yeah.
It makes sense because if you're such like you did it for 26 years, you found what worked, you found your secret recipe or whatnot. So it's like you're a well-oiled machine, not gonna mess with like why change it? It's working. And then you kind of realize, wait, I guess there are new things that could be brought to the business, and these girls seem to have it.
Yes.
That's
they
really
do.
neat.
And they're And I knew as much as I love them, that my customers were going to love them because I had to find the right people that I knew were going to treat my customers the way I treated them. Because I'm going to tell you, they were used to a certain level of customer service, that I always provided them. And I wanted the new owners to love my customers as much as I love my customers. And I wanted my customers to love the new owners as much as I love. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like
that was like the most important thing to me.
I love that.
Anything. Yeah.
Because it's more about the business and the money. It's the relationships. I think Sam used that word earlier.
Yeah.
It's the community. It's just something really beautiful that was built.
Yeah.
Okay, so when we first started, you made the comment that, you're still trying to figure out who you are now.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is kind of like a different version of empty nesting. So how?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
What are you doing with that?
And I'm kind of doing, like, I've got a double whammy because my Chelsea left.
It's the empty
After
nest.
33 years. Most parents do this when their kids are a lot younger. But
Yeah.
so she left, so I'm doing that and closing the business and trying to figure out who the heck I am. I got ideas, but I just,
Do you think you're kind of in like a mourning phase that you just need to like kind of embrace?
And I think God's telling me, just be quiet, be still for a minute, Victoria. And I have a very hard time doing that. And I'm like, okay, God,
I think a lot of us do.
But I'm 60, so we can't wait too. Let's not dilly-dally here. Let's get this figured out.
Seeing yourself, like, what are your visions? It's like you're trying to figure out who you are, but you've probably had like ideas of what maybe you see yourself doing a little bit.
No, I have
Nothing.
I have no clue.
Interesting. This business was everything.
Yeah, I will say this.
And your baby girls too.
2 years ago, I woke up in the middle of the night and something told me to buy this. Well, I'm not going to say it right now because
fair.
Still, I'm not sure what I'm doing with it, but something said, buy this name. And I was like, okay, well, that's weird. Cause I had a full on business that I had no intention to. And I was like, okay, so I went on GoDaddy and I bought it. And then I went on TikTok and I reserved, I have it there. I'm not using it.
Wow.
But yeah, but I got it there too. So I was like, I don't know why I'm being told to do this, but I'm doing this.
So 2 years you bought it and just have been sitting on it.
And then I forgot about it. I basically kind of forgot about it. And then I remembered when all this was happening, I was like, oh my God, well, yeah, I still have that. I'm still paying on that. And I haven't done anything with it. So, and it's the name of it could encompass many things. Like, so.
What I'm hearing is that you can't take the entrepreneur out of you. Like you still have to have something and you're going to own and create something.
I am. I am.
That's really cool because I have a friend who, and I forgot the exact words that she uses, but she basically says like, you have to leave yourself open for opportunity and success to come to you. And it's like, you heard that, your intuition, whatever you want to call it, whether it was, the spirit of God or whatever, something told you, go do this. You didn't know what it was for, but you're like, okay, fine. But you're opening yourself up. You're putting yourself in a position for success and to follow.
Yes.
And you don't know what you're going to do with it, but it's something you now have that option.
Yes. And I am, and like you said, I have no clue. I have no idea why that was. I don't know, and it is a name that can be used for many different things. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Fragrance will always be my first love. Before I ever started Candles by Victoria, I was boiling apples and cinnamon sticks and stuff on my kitchen stove. My house always smelled good.
Yeah.
I always have been into fragrance. So that's always going to be a first love for me. But I know that that's not where my life is taking me now. But I also love decor and decorating and thrifting. And I feel like maybe I'm going to head in that direction somehow.
Yeah. I could also see you clearly have a strong passion for your community and, the community that you built, like that passion
Yes.
to, build that community with people and be there for them, with them, and grow with them. I could see you doing some sort of coaching, like some sort of entrepreneurial, like for women,
Interesting.
empowering them to follow their dreams and
Well,
stuff.
I absolutely, because I am 100% about women in business. And
I
because,
love that.
Like I can see and feel how proud you would be to be like, oh man, this little Samantha, like I remember starting to work with her and now holy smokes, like look at that baby, like and that's just kind of how I see you.
Me. Yeah. That's definitely me. I'm everybody's biggest cheerleader, especially women.
Yeah.
I'm all about, because I was a woman in business. And I remember when I opened up that first storefront up here, somebody, I can't remember who it was, but they went in to get their hair cut at a barbershop in town. And the two older men in there said, oh, did you see that girl opening that store over there on 110? Yeah, she'll be in and out of there. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Oh, that's like Melissa,
And
like,
I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Melissa has no tolerance for that.
Yeah, me and Melissa are on the same page.
I mean, like, excuse me?
Right.
Now watch me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bad boys.
exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's insane.
Yeah.
Yep. Just sit back and watch there, buddy boy.
Right?
I can't remember if I told you this, Victoria. There was, and I don't even know if Melissa and I have talked about this on recording. There was this man who requested to be on the show, and he wanted to be on the show. And I'm not going to say names. And if people really want to dig to figure out who this is, like, power to you. But, good luck. Okay, so this man wanted to be on the show, and he has this, what do you want to call it? Thought, theory. That modality. Thank you. I think that's like the right term, where like he can teach women how to basically drop their masculinity bullshit. That, that's what's wrong with women in relationships, is that women are too into being boss babes, that they can't have a successful relationship because men are turned off by it. And it's why they're not loyal. And it's why they
It's making my face flame right here.
As he's talking, I'm like, okay, but tell me more about this. And then he would say, a little perk of something where I'm like, okay,
we can work with that.
I see what you're saying. But what about that?
I'll tell you what, I've been a boss babe my whole life. And my husband is a strong man, but
same.
Be like, that just blows my mind that men think like that.
Still,
but there's men out there that still think like
that's literally his career, is teaching women how to, I don't know, I guess in my mind, make them smaller. Like my husband would never. He's so secure with himself, and that like he doesn't want or need me to be minimized. He wants me to do and speak and say and be like as big as I want.
Exactly. And that's a good man. That's a good man.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I've been with men who say, oh no, I love that about you, that you have opinions.
But then you're too much.
When it comes down to it.
Yeah.
They don't.
then they really can't handle it.
Not really.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's really important for women to support each other. And I love that, Sam, you were saying you can see in her being like a mentor. I wouldn't be where I am if I didn't have a woman like that in my life. So
and I agree with you there too. My grandmother was strong. She was a strong lady. She lost 3 husbands, and she went to back. I mean, this was my grandmother. So my mom was born in 45, she was born in the 20s, I guess, but she went to school to be a head of an her husband died, and then she went to school to be an RN.
Oh, that's
and
amazing.
she had to do a lot of things to make that happen, because she had 3 kids that when she lost her husband, she didn't have a job, and she had 3 kids, and she had to figure it out. But she was a very strong woman, and I get my strength from a lot of people saying,
her.
that knew my grandmother. They're like, you're just like your grandma, you know?
Oh wow, what a compliment.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got lucky with my husband for sure. I don't feel like I had necessarily like a strong, like, I don't think I had a woman to like really look up to. And I hate to say that. Like, I feel, oh man, I didn't even realize that. But I think what I did see and what I did have growing up was what I didn't want and what I was not going to have, which is like, being controlled and being silenced and that kind of like feel.
Right. And sometimes that's just that's more powerful.
Yeah.
More powerful when you do it, when you have to be that way.
Right.
Where you find yourself, not because you've been mentored, but because you're like, I'm not doing it that way. I'm changing.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm thankful that, I somehow found a husband that, he celebrates
you
that.
seek that out and you got what you seek out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do think so. It's funny because I have another friend whose husband is like perfect, and she'll even say the same thing, Sam, that you did.
Melissa Walker.
I wasn't gonna say her name.
I know. Had to beat you to it.
How'd you know?
Oh, Jelly. It's a wild guess.
My friend Melissa Walker, she her husband Sky he's just a really good stand-up guy, and he wants her to be strong. He wants her to go after her dreams. He helps her with her dreams. Like, she's a horsewoman, and if you don't know, horsewomen are freaking crazy.
Yeah, their own. I follow some on TikTok, so I know.
And I love her so much, and I am too, to an extent, one. But like, he built her barn for her, like, just a good person. And but she'll say, I don't know, I was young when I got married. I'm lucky. I'm just lucky.
Yeah.
But I do think you're right, Victoria, that Sam and Melissa, they both put something out there, and it was the right thing, and it called the right person. Yeah. And then they were wise enough to say, hey, this is good for me, and I love this person. Yeah, like, I've had good people in my life that I let walk away. So I think you guys did something right, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, Matt, he's always been, like I said, my biggest cheerleader. Always told me I could do things, always supported me 100%. And even when he was doing concrete there at the end, and I said, do you want to come work here full time and work for me?
And he's like,
honestly, oh, I love that.
He's like, well, there'd be a whip involved. Just kidding.
Nobody could crack a candle better than Candleman. That's for sure.
Cute.
Yeah, nobody.
Yeah, that right there, like, hey, hubby, you want to come work with me? Like, that, like, it takes a good man to be like, not be like, that's a woman's, like,
right.
domain. No.
It took him a minute, but when he did it, he committed full-heartedly. And
you love that.
Yeah, he picked up all the supplies. If any errands I needed done, he went, did them. We needed
that would be my husband.
Whatever it was, he did it. You
found like his talent. Well, you knew his talents probably because you guys had lived together already. But that's neat that he could like find his niche and you could help him do that there.
Right, and he's always been. His family is his number one. He doesn't have any friends on the side. I wish he did. Like, he doesn't have any other hobbies. He likes to fish every once in a while.
Well, y'all now you guys have time to discover that together.
That's a good point.
Yes, that's true. My daughter said that too. And that's something we need to do as well.
How does he feel about all this?
I think he's pretty okay with being retired, because he's retired now too. He wants me to be happy, whatever it is. I was crying this morning and he was like,
Oh,
yeah,
you'll figure it out.
You got to give yourself the grieving time. Like, I think, it's 26 years of love and work. And
these tears don't come from any regret.
It's loving.
It's not
loving
regret.
Tears.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah. It's holy smokes. My baby has flown and now I need to like
both of them.
Right.
Yeah.
I definitely I have a closing question, but Melissa, is there anything else that you want to hit before we like go into a closing? Like what I feel like there's so many more directions that we could take.
There's so much, and I feel like I know, and I think I probably jumped ahead sooner than I should have.
I thought it was great. I loved everything.
It was a great story.
No, I actually asked everything when I wanted to. I'm good.
I appreciate you ladies so much for even caring about talking about this with
No,
me.
it's amazing.
But I do want to say I have a TikTok.
Please.
It's Victoria and Elliott. And
ANN.
yeah, Victoria ANN Elliott, 2 L's, 2 T's.
Okay.
And I'm trying my head at the influencer thing. Like I don't even know how I feel about it. But it's kind of fun and it's giving me something to do, you know.
Okay.
So TikTok is sending me stuff and I'm talking about it if I like it.
Talk about our podcast.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, there you go. So I will definitely do that. And I have such a, you know, going back to what Samantha said earlier about mentoring and stuff. I did recently put on my TikTok saying, I know how hard it was to start a small business, to have a small business and the struggle that you're a hamster on a hamster wheel. You're going 90 to nothing all the time, trying to keep everything, all the balls in the air, everything. And I know how sometimes you just need a lifeline, and maybe that's just somebody talking about your product and getting it out there. You know, that's what got us really, you know, help us, our business take off and go to the next level was the girls on YouTube that were talking about it. So I want to be that for other small businesses, especially women in business. And I've posted a thing on my TikTok saying, at no cost to you, because that's another thing that's happened with the influencer world. And I'm not saying that it's a bad thing or it's a good thing. And I think people that make $5,000 for a 3-second, you know, thing is more power to you. But I don't want to do that. As a small business owner, I know where your money is tight. You don't have that kind of advertising budget, you know? So I want to be on there on my little TikTok. I want to be that for small businesses. Send me your stuff. Tell me a little bit about you and I will talk about your stuff. And I'll be that lifeline for you. When you think nobody's there buying, you think you're at your wit's end, you know, and you're not sure how you're going to go on again, send me your stuff and I'll talk about it. I'll talk about you on my TikTok. I'll talk about you on my Facebook page. And well, let's get you. I want to help. I just want to help.
I love
and
that.
I don't want to charge anybody anything. Just send me whatever it is that you do. And
do you see how hard it is to not like just be like, oh my gosh, like Victoria is like
she's awesome.
Yes, like the top tier of human.
Yeah. I'm really loving. Samantha. Oh yeah, no, she's not sweet.
Oh. Rude? Melissa, I actually cried like doing the pre-recording with Victoria. And I was like, sorry. This is about me. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm crying.
No, Sam is so sweet, but you're also just everything that she says you are. Yeah.
Well, thank you. Thank you guys so much. That means a lot.
All right. So my closing question, you kind of like hit it. So I'm just going to shift it just a little bit. So instead I will ask, what is the biggest takeaway you have learned and will take with you? What is the biggest thing out of the 26 years that you've learned and will take with you?
Family, not just my family, but it has been the biggest honor and pleasure and joy of my entire life that I was able to work with my family the way I was for all these years, because who gets that? Not many people get that. And then my family and our customers. And I hope that they still need me because I feel like they don't. But I hope that they do. I hope they feel like that they can always come to me. And I'm always here for them.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So,
well, they're going to follow you wherever you go. They're going to stay. Yeah.
That's the love. I have so much love in my heart.
They're your
for
family.
all of them. Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
So much love.
Wow.
Yeah, we feel it.
I didn't cry. It has been a huge, huge blessing.
Yeah.
I can't say that enough. It's been everything. It really has been.
I know that they're really excited and that they're really going to love Nikki and Rikki and that they're excited to have them. But they still, you know that they're going to follow you with this
Well,
mysterious adventure.
yeah. Yeah, we'll see,
I was thinking.
we'll see where that takes me.
Yeah, 100%. You have built a bond with them, and they are going to follow you wherever. You tell them to love Rikki and Nikki, and that's what they're going to do.
Cool.
Yeah.
They're
Well,
gonna help
I mean, what's not to love with those girls? They're just amazing people.
They are adorable.
They are literally amazing humans. They're such good people. And the sky's the limit for them. It really is.
Well,
It's
can't
going to
wait
be
till they
tough on
hear
them at
this.
first because, nobody likes change, I'm the first one to tell you, I don't either.
I don't.
So it's going to be an adjustment period for them, but they got this.
They
got
do. They're going to
Yeah.
take what you've made and they're not going to change it per se, but they're going to grow it. And
Yes.
they're going to have to find out what they have to add to it. And that's a journey and that's exciting for them too, I think it will
Yes.
be.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm
All right,
excited.
guys. My computer's fixing to die, so I don't want to
Okay.
get cut off.
Well, I don't want you getting cut up either.
Well,
I just want to
thank
say
you.
thank you.
Yes, for being so vulnerable and so open.
My 100 complete pleasure. You guys are such a joy. I love this so much. Thank you for
Victoria.
inviting me.
Of
Thank you.
course.
Absolutely.
Sincerely, thank you.
We
Bye.
are excited to see what you do next.
I am too.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
I love you both. Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Love you too.
Okay, y'all take care, okay?
Thank you, Victoria. Bye.
Bye.
Did you like the episode that you heard today? Great. Share it with a friend and don't forget to rate and review.